Man, I'm surfing the waves, but they're not good waves. Let's make it stop. Well, that's a lot better now, isn't it? Now, don't mind the fact that this is super grainy video. I'm using my old DSLR Canon 80D camera in a pretty low light setting. That whole waviness, I want to help you solve, because if you're like me and you're not a big time photographer and you don't really know what you're doing, this is going to solve your problem with the waves. Three main things. It's going to come down to the frame rate, or the frames per second of what you're recording at. It's going to come down to your shutter speed setting, and it's going to come down to what your setting is. Is it PAL or is it NTSC? What are those things? Yes, exactly. And that's actually the most important part. To understand this a little bit further, there are two types of electricity commonly. There's alternating current, which we have in the United States at 60 hertz, which is 60 times a second. The current is switching back and forth. And in Europe, it's 50. So it's a different frequency, and that frequency matters a lot. So you want to, at a minimum, get your shutter speed and your frames per second somewhere close to a multiple of 50. In the United States, 60. So you can go 30, you can go 60, you can go 120, or you can go 50, 25, 100 in Europe. But not to get too crazy on this, because honestly, your NTSC setting, if you're in the United States, is gonna solve this problem for you. But let's do a quick thing. I'll show you what that looks like and where it is on the Canon 80D, and then I'll also show you how bad it gets if you use different settings. So where you're gonna find this in your Canon camera is under the wrench, and I think most of them have similar menus. It's the third drop down, and it's video system. So you want to be set in the United States for NTSC. Now, if you go on vacation to Europe and you want to use the same camera, you should set it for PAL, for PAL. Also, if you want to see what your frame rate or frames per second is, you go to the camera, the first item on the left, you go to the drop down 4, and it's movie record quality. And I'll show you what's in that menu too. You can do it in an MP4 or MOV. And on my camera, MOV has less options, MP4 has more options, but I'm most comfortable shooting in 29.97. It's almost 30 per second. It's not quite there, but it's 0.03 off from 30 per second. But MOV has more quality, in my opinion. MP4 has more options for the actual frames per second. So these are the two options I have in MOV, 29.97 or 23.98. And if I'm MP4, I have more options, 59.94p, which if you're doing slow motion photography, you want to use the fastest frames per second as possible. But for sitting in front of a camera like I'm doing now, 29.97 is totally fine. So this is on PAL in the United States with ISO 2000 or so, and I have a shutter speed of 80. And obviously nothing is right, and 29.97 for the frames per second. So everything's all screwed up. What I've found is if you're stuck and you can't get to an NTSC setting, I've found that 40 shutter speed, for whatever reason, at 29.97 comes out a little bit better, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is shooting on PAL with a shutter speed of 40. Still not good, but it is a little bit better than at 80. And 60 actually doesn't come out great either. I'll show you that briefly. And this is at 60, so you can still see the waves. NTSC is your answer. So I hope to anyone that's watching this that doesn't know what they're doing like me, and now you've found the answer for all the alternating current issues you were having and all the waves on your film. And here's what it would look like again with a frame rate 29 or frames per second of 29.97, 60 as the shutter speed, ISO 2000, and there you go. So that is your answer, NTSC, to all you newbies out there like me, admittedly, that couldn't figure that stuff out. So NTSC, try to have a frame rate that is at some multiple of 60, because we're 60 hertz in the United States, 60 times per second. And I found that the shutter speed should match some level of frequency of the hertz as well. When it's at 60, it seems to work great for me. Anyways, hopefully this helped, and please like and subscribe if you like this video. I do all sorts of other types of content, obviously not a lot about photography. Photographers are probably watching this right now like, dude, what are you talking about? But I know, hey, function over style, okay? It's function over style. Let's go. All right, thanks for watching.